Thank you again for coming. This is really, really cool. It's really awesome. Yes, please do.
For a big picture.
Yeah, we'll just take a big picture all together and then we'll do individual ones.
It seems like Kaitlin Bennett has a lot of popularity. A lot of people really support what she does. Like, if you were to watch her videos, you would assume that people hated her guts.
I'm gonna continue my interviews.
Okay. Well then, I'll just disrupt you.
You're gonna disrupt me?
Yeah.
You guys are saying kind of disrespectful things about deportation and saying some hateful statements.
Okay.
So at this point now they do want to have you trespass from the property.
Well, I'm back. I'm not going to get arrested because they can't do that. I have lawyers on my side and I have the First Amendment on my side, more importantly. So let's go meet some people who are standing up for free speech today and have a good time. And if you remember, I was specifically kicked out for my speech about deportation. Ironically, I wasn't talking about deportation that day, but I am today. We're gonna make deportation great again. And that's why Trump is our president. So these are my friends from the rally, the protest the other day. They're here to keep eyes on me and to warn people that I'm here. So thank you guys so much for doing a great job. So are you against me being here? Like, you're just generally against free speech? Is that our Antifa friend from the protest too? Is that him? This is Madeline. She's very passionate about what she does. I don't know the Antifa guy's name, but we'll catch up with them later. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out, especially in just a week's notice. There wasn't any call to action for this besides I know Robert and Adam kind of put this together. This is so important.
So if you guys don't know what's going on, this is Kaitlin Bennett. And what she does is she goes to rallies that are predominantly anti-conservative or anti-Trump sometimes. They will breach beyond anti-conservatism. And she gives her political views. And recently, the rallies have been amped up where she's almost been banned from certain places. And this is one of those times. So we're going to watch this video on her being almost banned from a farmer's market because she is pro-immigration, or no, not pro-immigration, my apologies, pro-deportation. Let me know what you guys think about this and let's get into it.
Important that you guys are here to celebrate a victory. Really, we're not protesting anything because we won. We are allowed to be in the farmer's market. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about in the farmer's market. That was made clear by the city attorney himself, by my lawyer, and the police. And I'm calling for a public apology from Julie Townsend herself for what she tried to do. I also want an apology from the police department from taking orders from someone that they have no authority to be taking orders from. So really today is all about being so proud to be Americans and celebrating our right to free speech and being so proud of yourselves for coming out here and standing up for this when you know a lot of those people there and a couple little protesters don't want us to have this right. This is MAGA country. We are in Polk County. Did they forget this? I don't know where they think that they are. If they want a more liberal place to be, maybe they should go out to Tampa, get further into Orlando, go down to Miami. We are not going to turn Polk County blue. That's not happening. And so I think this brings to light a lot of the people who are in our government or in quasi-government officials or entities here. So pay attention to your local government, your local elections. Those are so much more important, really, than things that are happening at the federal level. We don't want people in positions of power who are going to arrest people or get the cops to threaten with arrest for talking about deportation. So I have my Make Deportation Great Again shirt here, specifically because that's what they threatened me with arrest for talking about deportation. So if you guys know anything about me, I do not back down from a...
Let me know if you guys support all the deportations happening. That's been a big talking point so far in the Trump administration. A lot of people are anti him deporting a lot of people. But if you guys don't know, that's one of the biggest things that he ran off of during his presidency. He ran off of deportations. He ran off of Biden's alleged lack of deportations. So let me know what you guys think about that.
I'm going to walk down to the farmer's market in which I was threatened with arrest for being at. And so we are going to walk. So what do you think about deportation?
I'm all for them if you're illegal.
come back in the right way, leave and then reapply. I think that they should self-deport and then reapply, come in the right way.
They should do us a favor.
Yeah.
By self-deporting, so we don't have to, go through the process and have to deal with them ourselves, right?
And Trump even said, show up at an airport and you can get a free flight to wherever you want to go, to the country of your choice. That is so kind and giving.
It is very kind of him, isn't it?
And it's just so loving. Trump is such a loving man, even to criminals that have tried to invade our country. So God bless Trump on that regard.
Absolutely. People try to paint him as mean and everything else, but I think he's actually one of the most kind presidents. There's some LDDA staff members right there. That's the guy, I think, that controls the camera and gets alerted to when they're there. This is actually a very beautiful market. I don't think anyone is talking about, being against Julie's ability to conduct beautiful events here. It's just the issue is she wants to control who gets to come and who gets to speak and what is talked about here. And the people of Polk County is not having it. So very, very proud of everybody who showed up today. Thank you personally from the bottom of my heart for standing up for what's right. Not even for me, but for your ability to speak freely on a public street that you guys pay for. And there's the spy camera right there.
That's the famous spy camera?
That's the famous spy camera right there.
I've been wanting to run into you at every farmer's market. I'm like, she's always there when I'm not there.
So you enjoy me being here?
Oh, I love it.
I don't see our friends from Jay's Marketplace. I do not see Jay's Marketplace here today. I definitely don't see that vendor. He has been fired, and I generally don't really support people getting fired for things for like outrage or anything like that. But holding up a picture of a gun at a woman and talking about her panties, that is grounds for some firing right there. Okay, I just wanted to make a statement by walking down here with all of you guys. Spend some money. Unless they're looking at you sideways and like they don't want to talk to you because you're a hat. So yes, thank you guys again for coming out. I'm just gonna be out talking to people. I'm gonna mingle for a few hours, so feel free to stick around and do whatever you want. Thank you again for coming. This is really, really cool. It's really awesome. Yes, please do.
Out for a big picture.
Yeah, we'll just take a big picture all together and then we'll do individual ones. Okay.
Say Donald Trump!
It seems like Caitlin Bennett has a lot of popularity. A lot of people really support what she does. Like, if you were to watch her videos, you would assume that people hated her guts based off of the reactions that she gets just from being at the farmers markets or on the street. But it's like I said in my previous videos, politics is just very polarized now. It's either you're loved or you're hated. I try to provide a middle ground. I try not to be too loved or too hated, I guess. But she's definitely hated by some and loved by a lot too.
Coffee is so good. So you called me Poopy Pants.
Yes. Miss Poopy Pants.
Yeah. Are you not a fan?
No, not at all.
Why not?
I don't agree with your views. I think you're very closed-minded. Make deportation great again. Yeah, I don't agree with that sentiment at all.
Okay.
Especially coming from a Hispanic background.
Okay. What does your Hispanic background have to do with?
So I am Puerto Rican, although we are technically considered United States citizens.
Yeah.
A lot of my people are still frowned upon, called Mexicans, called slurs. I don't look like them, so I often get associated as being white. But a lot of my family members, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, they don't look like me.
Okay.
They look very Hispanic, so they tend to get thrown things at them, called slurs, told to go back to their country, yet they're American citizens. Most of them were born here.
Well, I totally condemn that. I don't think anybody should be insulted like that in public. I don't think we should call people names, and I don't think that we should be rude to people. You agree with that?
Agreed.
That's interesting.
For the most part.
For the most part. So some people
Unless
you
they-
think you
they
should.
deserve it.
Yeah. Why do I deserve that?
I don't know, because it was funny.
It was funny. Why? So why not tell a Hispanic to go back to his country? Why not? Right? Is that funny?
Because why is that funny and why is that cool?
Why is it cool and funny to hurl insults at a woman you don't know anything about, except you just know some of her political opinions?
I know I know a lot about you. I see you everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for following. So, what is it
I
about?
don't follow, but I do see you everywhere. Due process should be 100% for every single person in this country. If it is denied by one person, it is denied by everybody.
I agree 100%. That's free speech.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
100%. Due process should be for everybody. It does not matter if you are an American citizen or not. You deserve due process. Because if it is taken away from one person, it is taken away from everybody.
Well, the issue here today is that, I don't know if you're aware because you see my stuff everywhere.
I did see some things when I walked up.
Yeah. Do you think I have a right to be in a public area talking about deportation?
I do believe that is your right. I'm not okay with it. I do not agree with it.
Yeah.
But it is your right as long as you're not being violent. You know, you're not messing around with people. You're not interfering with anybody. Like, that is your right. 100%.
So you called me.
Politicizing a public feel-good event.
I think so, a little bit.
Well, I'm allowed to do that anyway.
I don't know if I would agree with it being during this time where, you know, this is just people going about their business. They're here with their family.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily agree with that, but again, this is a public space. It is your right to do this, but I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand.
No, that's really okay. You told me I was closed-minded.
Yes.
Is there an issue that you think that you would like to give me a different perspective on to change my mind?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head at this moment, but just a lot of the videos that I've seen about you talking online, it just seemed very closed-minded, and I just did not agree with it.
Well, I'm open to having my mind changed if you...
So here's my problem with this. Here's my problem. You hear the phrase closed-minded and change my mind and this is what I feel and this is what I think and this is what we should do. Forget all that. Forget all that. When you're studying something like engineering or something in STEM, one thing you learn is that there are things that are just objectively true and you have to have empirical, factual evidence and data, point blank period. Only thing I'm saying is this. Some things are just what they are. And when you always phrase everything in, this is what I think we should do. No. Some things are objectively, factually just correct. And the reason I'm bringing this up is when we talk about deportations, we always talk about what I think should happen, what we should do. No. When you look at the Constitution, when you look at the United States laws, there are literal laws written in the sand, written in law, coded into the United States system, telling us, outlining exactly what we should do. So this isn't about what you think. And I know this sucks to say, but it doesn't matter what you think. The rules are the rules. And if you want the rules to change, you need to talk to the legislative branch. That's just what it is. And I'm not saying this because I think a certain type of way. I'm saying it doesn't matter what you think. The laws are the laws. It is what it is. It doesn't matter if you think it's wrong. If you think it's wrong, you got to vote. Do what you can and change it. But it is what it is. If people are getting deported that are illegal immigrants, that's the law. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. It's legally right. Point blank period. I'm sorry. But anyways, let's continue.
If you want to change my mind on anything.
I don't have anything off the top of my head that I can think of at the moment.
So you don't know what I believe?
I do know what you believe. I see that you are very Republican. You know, you have that whole gun thing, going to campus, your graduation photos on campus with that.
That happened 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. So
I know it did.
You know, you have the opportunity. You claim I'm closed-minded. You want to, hurl false accusations and rumors and names about me. And so, I mean, I'm standing here talking to you despite all of that, and I would love, but you don't have to. If you can, you are welcome to try to change my mind on something. So, but I don't think you actually know much about me.
No, I do. Believe me, I do. I've seen you everywhere. You are all over social media. I just don't have anything off the top of my head that I can think of to talk about in debate or whatever you want to call it at the moment.
All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We are just peacefully walking with my Make Deportation Great Again shirt. We have our free speech with us today in the form of signs and hats and flags. And we're basically just standing up for free speech in downtown Lakeland and saying the LDDA does not have authority to tell anybody that they can or can't be in here for their speech. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe button.
That's right.
Follow, all the good stuff.
That's right. There you go, Trump. You can be in the background if you want. Looking creative. Come on, be my bodyguard.
So this is Adam Francisco. He is in the Tampa area. He's also a content creator and a YouTuber. Yep. So go and find his stuff. We'll link him in the bottom there. So you reacted to my video, and I was watching it live about what happened at the farmers market, and I think you were the first one to say, I'm gonna go out there.
Yeah, immediately when I saw the video, I knew that I had to make an appearance and just defend free speech. And my channel is all about wearing my MAGA hat in different public places and getting reactions and having conversations. So I was like, this is going to be the perfect place to show Julie, like, we're here and we exist. But then Lakeland decided to show up and come out, and it's absolutely beautiful to see. I'm so proud of the MAGA movement.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this, and I appreciate it. It's a good time. So what was your interactions like out there today? Was anyone mad that you were here? And
a lot of weird looks from vendors. They would kind of like stare at me with like big googly eyes, but no one said anything. I think that these people are standing down. I mean, I think you said it during your speech, we already won the election.
Yeah.
And we won. And so I think people realize, like, we're here to stay, we're not going anywhere, and I think Julie played her hand really, really wrong. That was messed up by Julie.
Do you think Julie owes an apology not only to me, but every other Trump supporter who she has tried to intimidate from coming out to this market in a public street?
Absolutely. And I just saw the spy cam that you were talking about at Jimmy John's. That is so creepy that they're using AI facial recognition software to find us. I did wave at their camera just to say, like, screw you guys. But this is like some communist big censorship government they're trying to run down here.
So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that they're running a communist censorship government? I do think they were trying to censor her. Communist? I don't know about that. But my name is LFR Jojo, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.